Right, it's too windy for... Oh, I better turn the PT off. Too windy for spraying today and too windy for liquid fertiliser. So I put the topper on and I've just been going around doing some footpaths and actually cutting the grass on the farm driveway at farm 2. The flashing light has moved. It's like magnetic. So yeah, I'll just come up here to tidy up the grass really before it gets too long. And yeah, I've got the 1200 kilo PROFORGE weight on the back just to make it a bit smoother, because if you've just got the topper on the front, it makes the back a bit bouncy. So I put a weight on the back and it sort of makes it a much smoother ride, and it means that I can run in 2-wheel drive and without the back wheels spinning. I don't really like running it in 4-wheel drive if I don't need to, but because you've got the weight on the front, sometimes you get a bit of wheel spin on the back if you're on soft ground. Anyway, I thought I'd show you the weight on the back of the tractor because I thought it'd be quite good if you had like a buck rake on the front and you needed weight on the back. One of these weights would be ideal because you can have it as a weight on the back to give you grip, and then you've got room for your tools as well. So it acts as a toolbox. And then I'm not sure if I lift it right up whether you'd actually be able to tow a trailer as well. Have a look, see what clearance we've got underneath. I don't know, you might be able to tow like a fuel trailer or something like that, a service trailer, without it hitting the bottom of the weight. But if you're interested in looking at one of these weights, they're on the PROFORGE website or the AgriLink website, and if you go to checkout, you can actually, there's a discount code in the description of this video. You can put in the discount code and get a bit of discount, or if you speak to them on the phone, just mention the YouTube channel and they'll sort you out. It's Tuesday today, by the way. Monday was bank holiday and looks like the wind's going to be dropping tonight, so hopefully we get spraying again tomorrow. I've got some more wheat to spray. It's funny actually, I was just thinking, when I was a kid I actually used to cut the grass on this drive with the little ride-on lawnmower, and now I'm using like a 3-metre lawnmower just to cut this grass. The ride-on lawnmower used to do a better job, but this topper doesn't do a bad job considering it's a topper. Okay, Wednesday morning and I'm out spraying. I've got 50 hectares of wheat to spray at farm 2 with fungicide and growth regulator. I'll show you on the job sheet. Which way do we want to go around this headland? Oh, we're going to start at the top of the field. Where is it? So when I need to go spraying, I get a worksheet with like recommendations. Here's one that I'll find the one for today. Basically, the agronomist sends these worksheets through. For some reason, Siri's woken up. And let me see what we can see on here. This one's a bit back to front. You've got the fields there, look, that I've got to do, and the areas of the fields, and then a little bit of information that I have to fill out at the end. A lot of you guys will know these, you probably do them yourselves. And this is done through Gatekeeper. I'll just cover up the bit at the top, because that's got the farm's details on it, or I'll fold it over. So basically that's what it looks like. And then normally you've got the fields below, and that is obviously me, the machine, 100 litres per hectare, the machine we're using, and the chemicals that we're using. We're putting a fungicide and a growth regulator on, and that's the rate that we have to put it on, 0.733 litres per hectare and 1 litre per hectare. So, and that's the total area. It's actually about 50 hectares. So yeah, and then I just have to fill in date, time that I start and finish the field, wind speed, weather code, soil code, temperature, all that sort of stuff. So like I said, I got 50 hectares of this wheat to spray this morning, and then the next job is to spray the winter barley. But they're forecasting showers this afternoon, so I'll have to have a look at the radar when I finish this wheat. I would have finished spraying this wheat on Sunday, but the sprayer broke down at the weekend, so I had to pack up. And basically what it was is the EGR valve packed up. And so I'm just trying to think whilst talking here. We just started a new field. Switch it on. Also shut off is on. Auto pressure. Right, we go around the headland of this field. Yeah, so, and we didn't get Bateman's out, we got Hunt's out because it's John Deere engine. Hunt's brought a new EGR valve out and fitted that. As tricky as it was, and now we're all good. We're all good again. But it basically derated my power and was just beeping at me constantly saying EGR valve fault. If you don't know what an EGR valve is, it's a valve on the exhaust system of the engine that recirculates exhaust smoke, exhaust fumes, gases back through the inlet manifold, and it goes through the engine a second time just to try and burn it cleaner. And then what happens is the actual valve ends up getting coked up. I'll show you, put some pictures on the screen. The valve gets coked up with exhaust dust and seizes up. Alright, so I've just finished spraying the wheat this morning. It's 11:26. That's 50 hectares done this morning. And can you hear that beeping noise? It is the same fault code as what I was getting on Sunday. And it's derated the engine. So we're going to have to make some phone calls and get someone out to come and have a look at it again. Okay, so we got the sprayer going again. It's actually Thursday morning now. Yeah, Hunt did come out yesterday afternoon and checked it over, but the problem went away. I basically shut the machine off for a couple of hours, and then Hunt came out, checked all the wiring, checked the codes that it was throwing. Yeah, the wiring from the EGR valve to the ECU, and everything was fine. And then when we started it up again and tried to get it to throw the codes again, it wouldn't. So we're sort of none the wiser at the moment. I've been running for about an hour this morning and it's fine. I'm on the barley today. There's more showers forecast this afternoon. Just put my boots on. More showers forecast later on this afternoon, so. But I've only got 40 hectares to do. Put the park brake on. I'll quickly show you this barley. It's motoring. Growing really quite quickly. What we're putting on is Fungicide for these diseases. Look, got all these spots all over the leaves. I think she called these that abiotic spotting, but that was more to stress, I think, than disease. And I'm also putting on a straw strengthener as well, because this crop can get quite tall and we want the straw to be strong so the crop doesn't go flat. I'm going to try and open this up without dropping the camera, and we should be able to see, where is he? Inside here. There we go, that awns. So I think that might be flag leaf, I think. I'm no expert. I'm probably wrong. And then we've got awns in here, look. And the little ear of barley. I'm not doing a very good job of this. Can you see the beginning of the ear of barley? Look, see the little seeds? And then that will come up out of the plant probably within the next week, and the awns will start poking out and it'll grow right out the top of the plant. Look, Saturday morning. It's been raining cats and dogs this morning. Absolutely chucking down since early hours of the morning. I think we're up to about 15 mil. I did do some videoing yesterday afternoon, but I screwed it up. I made a bit of an error with my new camera and accidentally switched it to loop, so it was recorded. It was every time when it got to 5 minutes of recording and it started deleting the beginning, it just a bit of a cock up. So I'll put the last bit on in a minute. But basically, I was just explaining that I was up together with my spraying now. Managed to dodge the showers this week and get my spraying done. The sprayer, the Bateman is okay at the moment, seems fine. The problem seems to have gone away. We have had hunts out like 2 or 3 times this week, and every time they come out, it won't throw the codes. It just, a typical electric problem, just disappears as soon as they come out. Ignore the Kubota, that's not ours. That's the guy just keeps it in our yard. But yeah, so like I said, I'm up together with me spraying. I made a start on the liquid fertilizer on the wheat, last dose, 3rd and final dose. So it's going to grow like crazy now. It's already like 1.5 foot tall. It's growing like mad, looking really good. I then started talking about liquid fertilizer. Somebody wrote in the comment section asking about what the pros and cons are for liquid and granular fertilizer, so I started going on about that. I'm not sure how much of it is actually recorded, but right now it's too wet to do anything. You can do liquid fertilizer in the rain, but not when you've had 15 mil, when the tram lines are muddy. It will just make a bit of a mess, and we don't want to make a mess. The pros of liquid fertilizer, I guess, you don't have to have bags. You just put it in a Yara tank, so storage is much easier. You don't have to put it under cover. You can put liquid N on in worse conditions than you can granular. You can put it on in rain, light rain, and a little bit of wind, whereas you can't put, especially if you're trying to spread granular fertilizer at 36 meters, it has to be dead still, otherwise it stripes. It's not accurate enough. If you've got moisture in the ground, the liquid fertilizer is just like instant. It just gets into the ground, gets to the roots much quicker than the granular. Because the granular obviously takes a while to dissolve, and then it's got to get into the soil. So I should think one massive pro for granular fertilizer is that you only got to have a fertilizer spreader, which is probably a fraction of the price of, you know, like a sprayer. But then again, if you've got a sprayer on your farm anyway, you might as well use that to get it converted for liquid. But if you're using a fert spinner, you haven't got to worry about trees or electric poles or things like that. I'm not sure what the price difference is between liquid and granular, but I should think it's probably about the same for the same amount of N. Obviously, you have a lot more liquid for the same amount of granular because the liquid is watered down. And to be honest, even if it's like a damp, foggy day, It's not very good putting on granular N because it just sort of sticks to everything. A pro for granular fertiliser would be if you're applying it with a spinner. You haven't got to worry about telegraph poles, electric poles, trees, things like that. The only bad thing that I can think about for liquid N is that you can scorch the plant if it's too dry, too hot. If it's been windy and like on the wheat, it has like a sort of a waxy film on the leaf. If it's windy, all that rubs off, and then it leaves the leaf sort of vulnerable to scorch, to burning. Like it was windy on Monday, you wouldn't have wanted to come out here on Tuesday putting this liquid N on because the leaves are so vulnerable. But the wax comes back pretty quick. It's pretty much full wax back on the leaves right now. So I'm going to carry on this evening doing a few more tanks of liquid N, and then I'll carry on tomorrow. They're forecasting rain tomorrow on Saturday, and yeah, we'll do a bit in the rain I expect, but this will be the end of this video because I'll edit it tonight or early tomorrow morning and then get it uploaded. If I think of anything else to say, I'll put it on next, but if not, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.